been about 2 weeks since I've done this, so I might be a little bit rusty on the commentary. Here we are in practice on the soft tire. We're going to be doing a qualifying run in practice. At the moment we've just done 9 laps on the hards. We've got a little bit of a comfortable setup, comfortable enough, and we're just lifted off to get all the requirements for this lap set by me. Going into turn 1 we hit the curb a little bit too much, get a little bit of oversteer, keep it on the circuit though. And if you noticed the delta, you may want to go back and have a look. I don't encourage it though. I still gain time. I know it's soft tyres, but yeah, just a little mistake in practice. No wall ending, as by John, talking to you. So, with that out the way, let's get straight into qualifying. Unfortunately, I deleted the mid-session images because I accidentally I forgot I was copying. I forgot what I was copying to, and so didn't copy those over. So anyway, and the qualifying one, as you can see, Max Verstappen was on provisional pole, 4 tenths ahead of me in 5th place. Our rivals, Charles was in 2nd place, Alonso in 8th place, and Hamilton 6th place. Respective teammates was Perez in 12th, Carlos in 3rd, and Esteban Ocon in P9. Quite respectable. All of us within 5 tenths, 6 tenths, all us rivals within 5 tenths. Perez, get quick. Anyway, qualifying 2. Max Verstappen took provisional pole position once again, whilst I was 4 tenths behind in P10. A little bit riskier this time. I think I made a little bit of a mistake, and so I wasn't as quick on the lap. Didn't go out again. Risked it, and we did fine. So, then, what's next? Teammates, of course. Charles Leclerc, P6, Hamilton P7, and the respective teammates were Perez P11, just got knocked out by me for 100ths of a second. Carlos Sainz P3, Alonso P2, kind of forgot about him, Esteban Ocon in P5, and then obviously Lewis is our own teammate, P7. So, let's go to Q3, where, spoiler alert, I took pole position, 2 tenths to Fernando in P2, with Verstappen P6, Charles P8, and Hamilton P10. Respective teammates, Alonso's teammate Esteban Ocon P5, Verstappen's teammate Perez obviously P11, knocked out in Q2, Charles's teammate Carlos Sainz P4, and obviously we're teammates to Lewis. So, quite a mixed up grid for us rivals. P1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 and 11. Let's see how that affects the race. We should have an easy time getting points over Max. Let's go get... Where would he be? Let's go get 18 points over Max Verstappen. You can do it. Let's go.
All it takes is one look around the crowd to know that race day is finally here. The atmosphere at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve is incredible, and personally I think we're in for a brilliant race. It's one of the fastest races of the season here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, with around 60% of this 2.7-mile circuit taken at full throttle. There are 14 corners to navigate, the very last of which has its very own infamous history and could be the cause of a safety car today. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position, and it's Fernando Alonso alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Sainz, Esteban Ocon, and Verstappen. Norris, Leclerc, Bottas and Lewis Hamilton, Perez, Albon, Pierre Gasly and Joe, Magnussen, Stroll, Mick Schumacher and Yuki Tsunoda, Ricciardo and Nicholas Latifi. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And what would any Grand Prix weekend be without the one and only Natalie Pinkham? Should we kick off our conversation with George Russell?
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them? I'm also looking forward to seeing the different strategies in play today. Those who are starting on the red marked soft tyre are going to have a little bit more grip early on, but they have to make it count before the degradation starts to set in.
So here we are on the grid, what the other driver's going to go on. Looks like medium's a couple of hards I think. My phone's gone grayscale. It is 9 o'clock. So changing the strategy, trying to push the mediums as long as we can. I'm estimated 4.4 seconds over the original strat. Let's see if we can go medium hards. That was a medium softs. And yeah, we're just losing time. Not worth it. What about medium soft medium? There is some forecasted rain at about what? I'll have to wait for it to get back over. So yeah, we're just doing strat 1 here, but with softs second. Rain at about 90 minutes into the race. So around Canada, it's what we can say 80-second lap time, 1 minute 20. We'll go 75, 1 minute 15, times 70, divide 60, and you get 87.5 minutes. So theoretically, no rain should come, but it has come a little bit early in Monaco. It did come a little bit early in Monaco, so who knows, it might come a little bit early here, but we'll have it covered off because we'll be on the softs by that point, hopefully. Let's go.
Right, here we are for the Canada Grand Prix. 70 laps, let's see how long it's going to be. Hopefully a short one. Just in case you didn't hear that. For me, so I can sync it. Lights out. Alonso got a great start. Reed, not so much. Vettel almost overtook us, but we were able to fend them off and we stayed in P2. Carlos and Esteban, as you can see, going side by side, so they gave us a little bit of free air. And that was lap 1. Nothing else happened in lap 1 really. For us, Stroll, however, had an entertaining one. Got a collision warning with Zhou, and likewise from Zhou's end, Zhou got a collision warning with Stroll. Not entirely sure where it would be, but I can assume it's some point lap 1. Because that's when the warning gives. Oh, here we go. Gonna be collision. I know, Zhou's gonna do what Stroll did last season, isn't he? Yep, there's contact somewhere there, I believe. Oh no, there it is. Jesus Christ, Schumacher. Okay, so a lot happened. So on board with Stroll, Joe gets ahead, pulls in, and Stroll kind of just gets mentally pushed by Tsunoda, and Stroll goes into the back of Joe. Schumacher making a mega dive bomb, going from 18th to 14th. All because Gasly locked up. That's probably what caused Stroll to go in the back of Joe. No damage for Stroll, it looks like though. A little bit on the front wing, but that shouldn't affect performance too much. So, as everything's done for lap 1, we can go over to the next bit. Now, we tried a couple of attempts at overtaking Alonso, but we didn't get close. And the closest we got was on lap 5. To an overtake? No. On circuit, in terms of attempts and distance, yes. Watch this. Alonso locks up, and I've got nowhere to go except into the back of him. The reason I'm straight on the onboard camera is because the off-board camera is this. You don't actually see it. So we go in, and now Alonso's locked up. Where the hell am I supposed to go? I could go straight, but like, tell me, can you go straight now and not hit him? You have like 2 attempts to make a reaction, and my reaction was to slow down. You can see, started slowing down. Hopefully, I was hoping that if I did hit him, it would only be a slight contact, but no, simulation damage is like hat, front wing go wee, and we lose our end plate, and we must come into pit. What does it look like from Vettel? See, it looks like I'd just go at normal pace still and Alonso just slows down, but why the hell is Alonso I can't pin that on Alonso. That's a racing incident. I'm not at fault for the collision. It's just a racing incident, unfortunately. There's no way I would get away from that. Just a racing incident. There's nothing I could have done. Anyway, Vettel tried to overtake us, but we're having none of it. Obviously, because we're coming into the box, we don't want to battle someone as we're heading into pit lane. Gave Sainz an opportunity to overtake Vettel. I mean, sorry, Vettel, but you can see that I've lost my front wing. Don't try and overtake me. So we come into the box, accidentally select the hard tyres. Was supposed to be mediums, but accidentally selected hards. So we've converted this into a 2-stop medium hard. Obviously it was going to be that anyway, whether we did mediums or hards now. Unfortunately it obviously isn't going to be the medium soft that we planned at the beginning of the race, but from here the best strategy would have been the medium hard. Unfortunately choosing the hards now, so we have to do medium hard medium. Hope that all made sense. Basically I'm screwed for the rest of this race. And I screwed myself even more on lap 7. By initiating a line of track limit warnings. I hate this corner. I hate this corner. I am on the white line, and that's a track limit warning. You know how I know it's this and not something else? because it happened in practice. And I was like, I cut the corner, and I was like, there's no way that's a corner cut. And I was right. Went into the camera, exact same thing, on the right line, and it's a corner cut apparently. I mean, my day just got worse when I did the exact same thing on lap 8. Okay, never mind, I didn't. I've got to check lap 7 now. No. Yep, lap 7 was the thing that I was talking about. Yeah, that was lap 8. Okay. I didn't do the exact same thing. What did I do with that chicane? I hate this chicane. Like, I brake, but I always seem to turn in too early. I always seem to turn incorrectly. I always seem to turn in incorrectly. Because I make this apex, but I always go wide at this apex. Yeah, no warning that time. Game being nice for once. However, we got our first penalty lap 12. Sign of things to come? Sign of things to come? Sure. I mean, I guess Alonso's lockup was a sign of things to come. Balls. I'd say I'm just on that white line. Okay, I think that's the only legitimate track limit warning that I should have at this circuit, at that corner. But anyway, we got a penalty. We're just gonna have to live with that now. And as we get onto lap 15, we finally got in DRS range of these two, Latifi and Ricciardo. Latifi was on the hards, so Ricciardo couldn't get past on his mediums, but we were close enough, and I was thinking about setting up a move into the final chicane until I spun at this chicane. Yellow flags quickly became a virtual safety car, so we did get saved a little bit. Obviously, after that, I would have preferred a full safety car. However, when I caused the incident, I can't be picky about whether it becomes a safety car or a virtual safety car. We were lucky to get a virtual safety car at all. Often, when I spin or crash, it's just a yellow flag, so the fact that we got a virtual safety car was quite cool and quite handy. So we come in for our second pit stop of the day. This time we're going on to the mediums, obviously because we can't do the hards. And yeah, now we're screwed. Now we need a few extra pit stops for the AI and a really long stint on these mediums till hopefully the rain. Still virtual safety car, so we've got a full pit stop under that, which is quite nifty. The game seeing that we're not having a good race and trying to make up. I don't know what it's trying to make up. What it's trying to make up for. It didn't cause any of the incidents. Alonso, it did. Okay. Green flag. Literally, I was told the virtual safety car's ending, and then it ended. So that was a pain in the rear end. Now, on board for that incident, nothing to blame except throttle input. and it looked fine, and then it rotated. I could have saved myself a pit stop. And at this point I was contemplating a race restart, but I'd already got half an hour in, so I thought, you know, no, that's too much of a cheat, and it's just going to waste my time. It's already 10 o'clock now. I'm already going past the allotted time for this. So yeah, if I restarted, definitely would have gone past the allotted time. Yeah, nothing to blame except overly aggressive performance. But lap 18, 4th track limit warning. 2 for 2. 2 at turn 3, 2 at turn 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 at turn 9, 2 at turn 3. 2 at turn 3. Cool. On to lap 20, and we don't need to spend too much time there. Charles Leclerc. In his Ferrari, not having a good season in real life, and not having a good season in this. Engine goes pop, brings out a yellow flag, and surprisingly, in 3, 2, yep, safety car. That has brought out the safety car. So I'm at the back, all happy because there's a safety car now. Wahoo! And anyone coming? No. Ooh. Okay, so that's why the safety car went a little bit longer than I thought it had. But Checo missed it. Checo did not see the safety. No, he did see the safety car. Okay, these guys missed out. These guys did not pit. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so now the two houses are going to be 2-3 at the end of this safety car because these guys are going to pit after the safety car. So Lewis comes in, back onto mediums. Right, Lewis, mediums, Magnussen, mediums, Gasly, mediums, Joe, mediums, Schumacher, softs, Stroll, softs, Tsunoda, softs, Ricciardo, softs, Latifi stays out, mediums, Albon comes in, mediums, and then we're on mediums. So we're going to come up to the back of these guys, and we're going to have a couple mediums, 2, and then 4 softs, and then 4 mediums, before the rest of the top 8 pit. So that's going to be cool. So eventually Alonso caught the safety car on lap 23, and we went underway at the end of lap 23 because I caught up the pack lap 23 in sector 2. So the safety car was out for what? 20, 21, 22, 23. 4 laps. 4 laps of safety cars. Just going to type that down so that I understand what happened. So getting ready to go racing again, and these 4 laps were these 5 laps, 20 to 24, were the first slow laps really of the entire race. And it was quite weird because, well, they weren't really slow, we just weren't pushing, so we ignored our target. 20 was really slow, and then 21, 22, 23, and 24 were just kind of slow. Obviously 24 getting the tyres back up to temperature, and then 21 to 23 just catching up with safety car. So, yeah, that's kind of what caused a slow lap here. Did we try and overtake? No, we did overtake. That's what caused the slow lap. So, Magnussen's made another dive bomb, gets himself up into P8, so provisionally he's in the lead ahead of Lewis and Pierre. And at the moment we're P19, provisionally 8 positions, 11th. Sorry, I just had to pause for something very quickly. I've forgotten what I was talking about now, but anyway, we're catching up to Albon and we're making an overtake in the final chicane. Pulled all the way to the inside, Albon tried to do what we did, and as you can see, several people come in. That's it, I said I would be provisionally P11. However, a little bit more people came in than I was expecting. Oh yeah, of course, a couple of people that didn't pit. So anyway, we come with that overtake, we, no, never mind. Yeah, provisionally P11, but obviously because we overtook Albon, P10. And I didn't notice that till a couple of laps. So, yeah, then these guys were battling, and I decided, you know what, overtake on Latifi, down the inside of the second chicane, and put ourselves up in P9. Let's go chase after the 3 soft runners. It is 3, right? 4, 5. Obviously we're not going to be able to, hopefully they pit before any rain, because it is forecasted, so I did have that in the back of my mind. So here we are, technically back where we were before all safety car stuff, but because before all mistake stuff, technically I would have been overtaken. I would have overtaken Daniel Ricciardo and Stroll. I would have been on hard, so I wouldn't have pit on the safety car. So I would have been with Magnussen, Hamilton, and Gasly. Yay! Absolutely wonderful. We couldn't do anything with Stroll for the next couple of laps. And I believe the rain appeared at the end of this lap. Yes, it did. So it started raining. And we tried to make an overtake on Stroll. However, we couldn't. And we bottled it. And we lost the position to Albon and Stroll. So closing in, forced him to the he forced himself to the inside. So we had to go around the outside. Broke a little bit later than we wanted to. Go round the bollard onto the circuit again. Stroll messes up the final chicane and allows Albon through. Where did we actually rake? No, we broke normally. We just, because we were on the outside, we had to turn in later, and we didn't quite do that. We did. We just, well, there's a lot more space for me to turn in, so yeah. And then Stroll doing that over the curbs is what caused Albon to go through. Watch it from Albon's point of view. I go to the outside, Stroll goes over the curb, I go off, Stroll loses pace, I'm off the circuit, and Albon just goes through both of us. Sorry Lance, but to be honest you're the one that went over the curb, so yeah, I guess that's your fault. There's no really overtaking areas on the circuit, and that's what I hate about Canada. I love driving the circuit, it's just there's no overtaking areas. Anyway, end of that lap, we got bored and we actually overtook Stroll for proper this time. No funny business. I think we just went down the outside, I believe. A little bit of wheel spin there, you might have seen. DRS got disabled in the next couple of laps. We pulled to the inside this time, go to the middle to avoid what happened with Alex, and didn't lose too much time, and we get ourselves up into P9 once again, unfortunately behind Alex though. I don't believe we need an onboard for this one, but here it is. Yeah, just force him to the outside, no drifting over, hit the apexes, and up the behind. Simple as. Yeah, that's what you should have done on the inside, Lance. That's what you should have done. Instead, you lost the position to Alex. And lap 33. Would lap 32 have been affected by lap overtake? No, I think it's just affected by rain. Did DRS get disabled? Yes, it did. So DRS got disabled fairly early that lap. Obviously I still have it. Lando still has it. Lewis, do you have... It gets disabled between Lewis on the main straight, on the back straight, sorry, and Lando on the main straight. Actually a short amount of time. So it got disabled between me at turn 2 and me at turn 6. 5. 6. Yes, turn 6. So, yeah, no surprise really. And that did mean I decided, you know what, I was told by Mark that it's not going to be time for inters. I should have, because we came into the pits lap 33. Yeah, just making mistakes all over the place. Now, we came into the pits. We go really wide and at a hairpin, just making mistakes all over the place. We should have come in the pits on the previous lap. This way, we wouldn't have made. We wouldn't have been behind. We wouldn't have lost so much time. But hey ho. So we come into the pits. Lewis has already come in, so hopefully we don't double stack. And who decides to go out longer? Someone's decided to continue. Sebastian Vettel. Inters, there we go. Back into the fast lane. We jump Stroll. No, we stay ahead of Stroll. Stroll gets jumped by Alonso. And we're back into the race. P10 on the intermediate tyres. Obviously because Vettel has yet to pit. Tsunoda gets jumped by Ricardo, Albon. And I think that's it. So, yeah, hopefully we can do something in these 36 laps and get some good points. So, at the moment we are deserving of beating Max. Championship leaders, championship drivers, yeah. We are deserving of beating Max because Max made a mistake in the pit stop. We would have been ahead of him whether we had made our mistakes or not. Jumped by Schumacher, Ricciardo, and Albon. But I want you to have a look at this one too, because apparently I sped into the pit lane. Okay, never mind, I did. Never mind, I am guilty. God damn it. I don't get how it... See, it goes below 50. So that's why I think I don't speed, but then... I don't know. 5-second penalty, plus the 3 second for the track limits. So we are now at a total of 8 seconds. Yay. Next up was lap 39. 5th track limit warning. We were unable to really close in on Tsunoda. Obviously, Vettel's pit now and he came out 18th. So, if the shoe was on the... No, that's not how that works. Oh, never mind. Another proper corner cut at this one. So that's 2 that are actually real here, 1 that's fake, and then 2 at turn 3. No, 1 that is unjust, defined. Lap 39, so on to lap 40 because we made a mistake. So yeah, we were unable to really close in on Tsunoda. There's the huge mistake. Alonso's close to us, so no, not anymore. Kinda, yeah, he is. So he almost overtakes us. Now this is a little bit of a dodgy defense from me. However, I can just blame it on the circuit. Yeah, because it's not like I moved too much the wheel. Yeah, from Alonso's point of view, it looks like I'm just following the circuit and I've decided to go a little bit more to the inside. Yeah, I'm just yeah, I can just say that I'm turning because the circuit turns. Yeah, okay. It's not as dodgy as I thought it was. That, however, is really dodgy. Oh, hello, Fernando. No warning. No second penalty. No 6th warning. Although we were losing a lot of time. 3 seconds now to Tsunoda. Go forward 2 laps. And I believe we made another mistake. Oh, no, man. Whoops. Right. So we made another mistake, lap 41. And obviously because lap 40 was slow, I'm not counting it as a slow lap. Because it's in the rain, there is no actual target time. But Alex had an issue. Lap 42, spun out, almost 360. Ricciardo hits him, retires both of them. Tsunoda has nowhere to go, and we just go around the outside. It looked like there was a lot more than there actually was. And eventually, Alex and Daniel goes. Tsunoda gets through. Latifi's in 8th. Verstappen's 14th. 15th. After he's 13th. He should have moved up to 11th, but he moves down 4 places. Who overtakes him? Latifi, Norris, Ocon, and Bottas. And then Fernando. Fernando stays ahead. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Love that. Yeah, okay, so it is right that we do beat Max on points in this race. Okay, no worries. So, safety car. And that went on for a while. And we got up to it, lap 44, came in, lap 44. However, we had a huge mistake. Mainly because the tyres were 68. And how the hell are the AI got worse tyres than me and better in the traction zones? Come on, Cody's. Like, why are they so perfect? We need a way to make AI like human. Like, just not perfect. Like, maybe give them a range, but then it's a random number generator on if they're close to it or not. So, like, say throttle percentage. Let's say it's trying to go to 50. Let's say it has a variability of 5% each side, and so it can, let's say it pinpoints 50, but then random number generator, it does 45% or it does 55%. That'd be nice. This was not nice. What the hell? The car just spun. I don't know. Okay, I've put a lot of throttle in. But, like, okay. There's no way the car should spin that easy. I've gone up a gear. I've not even put that much throttle in. Listen to the revs. Normal. And yet the car spins into the wall. Lucky not to get any damage, actually. I mean, we hit the wall of champions. Does that mean we're going to be champion this season? Hopefully. Thankfully, Sonoda didn't overtake me because of the safety car rules and that. But obviously, if the car ahead of you is going too slow, you can overtake him. So the fact that he didn't overtake me was nice. I'm blaming that on the fact that the AI are so perfect in the wet conditions, and on safety car restarts with horrible tyre temperatures. There's no way that should have spun. Listen to the revs, like, just listen to the revs. Not that high. See, a little bit of wheel spin, and they're very similar. Anyway, that caused a slow lap 45, and we have one more issue to go over, and that was lap 46. Technically, actually, we have two. Lap 46. We got a second penalty for track limits, bringing our total to 11 seconds. I believe that was the penalty. No, it wasn't. It was at the final chicane. So all my penalties have been justified, except the second one, because I'm saying I only have 5 warnings, and at the moment I could be saying that I have 4, but no, I have left the circuit. Damn it. Okay, I'm saying I only have 5 warnings. However, there have been a couple of times, lap 45, lap 46, where I have cut the corner and I haven't been given a warning. So I guess, yeah, it is justified. They've just given me the warnings at the wrong time. At 59, I made another mistake. Actually, no, we need to go on to Sonoda. we need to see. Oh! No. Okay, I'm really confused. Did he not have damage? No. Yeah, he does. Okay, so that would have been from... Oh no, he has a lot of damage. Where does that come from? When did he hit someone? Did he not get any damage from lap 42 then? Oh, he did a little bit more. You can see. So look at that there. This bit, just above the RBLB, is missing on lap 43. Yeah. Okay. That lost him a lot of pace. Because by lap 59, I've already got my 11 seconds that I need. Thank you, Snowder. And thank you, Latifi, not being able to overtake him. Although I don't understand how science is still off the pace. But he has been closing him. Okay. 59. I was slow. What did I do? I believe it was a mistake here, or at the final hairpin. I hope it was a hairpin. Just went wide, I believe. No. Okay. What did I do? Oh yeah, that's right. Locked up. And this time didn't go through that because you don't have to. Like, it was just easier on that. Whatever it was. Is it 25? No, it's lap 30. It was just easy on lap 30. But obviously, here it weren't. So we lost about 1.5 to this. As you can see, I would have gone into the wall had I. Because I bailed much earlier with Stroll here. I tried to, but I couldn't. So, yeah. Lost 1.5. And obviously that impacted 60. Lap 60. And one more to go. Lap 64. Actually, I'm just going to have a quick look at 60 because 60 was different to lap 59. No, actually, no, it didn't affect lap 60. Well, not making it slow. It made it quicker because I went behind Mick. Gained 6 tenths across the entire lap. However, lap 64 we made a massive mistake to go further behind once again. At this point I'd stopped trying to overtake him. Mainly because there was no way we were going to overtake him and stay ahead of him. Yep, locked up. Go a little bit wide at the hairpin. Wheel spin? No. How have I classed that as a mistake? Okay. Yeah, at this point, I realised there was no point trying to push. There was no way we were going to finish higher than 6th. The only way we would have is if Magnussen or anyone down to Schumacher hit for new intermediates, or if it dried up enough that they pit for for softs for dries. Neither of that happened, so we came home to finish 6th place. And as you can see, it's getting really dry already. Nope, that's just because the raindrops disappear. Okay. I'm surprised lap 50, that 64 was big enough for a mistake. Anyway, yeah, we're just going to come home, finish in 6th place. Very unfortunately, we could not get any more than we wanted. But hey ho. The fact that we got 6th from being 20th multiple times. Well, no, for one time, for most of the first half of the race is quite good. We should have won that. We should have. It's just unfortunate what happened with Fernando. Then what happened with Ricardo and Latifi. Had that not happened, we would have been much closer. But would that have changed anything actually? Let's have a look. After our mistake, right, before our mistake, 1 second. After 30 seconds, we lost 30 seconds. Lap 20, when the safety car came out. Huh? How the hell did we lose? How the hell did we gain 15 seconds? Oh, the TV pit, that's why. That's why he didn't pit later. Okay, never mind. Anyway, so 15 seconds. We would have been with Ricardo. Is that damage at turn 1? Oh, there's some tyres. They weren't there. They weren't there earlier. It's Alfa Romeo. Okay, they weren't there in the race. Don't know what happens there. Joe's got his. Bottas has got his. Okay. So we would have been with Ricardo. And it's hard to track. But I'm going to use Latifi 15 seconds behind. I'm going to use the fact that Latifi should have been 15. I should have been 15 seconds ahead of Latifi. Well, at the moment, of course. So, where's he now? He's here. Where's 15 seconds from here? Okay, let's go to about 30 seconds. Here. Okay, I can get that. Had I not made the mistake with Ricardo and Latifi, yeah, I would have been with these two. Come on! Are you kidding me? These two were on mediums, I would have been on the exact same tyres as them. Would Magnussen have been able to dive me? Would I have let him? I would have had no choice. I would have fought it a lot more than Perez did though. So yeah, I would have been just ahead of Magnussen. Would I have been able to overtake him then? I doubt it. But I would have had a lot of VRS. I would have had more worn tyres though. I should have got a podium this race. I should have got a podium. But instead I didn't. Oh. One mistake ruined the entire race. two mistakes that I could have done without. The one with Alonso and the one with Ricciardo. Ricciardo's one, had that not happened, I definitely would have won the race. Had the one with Alonso not happened, I'm not sure. Would I don't think I would have hit. Oh, so weird. It would have been 7 laps earlier and then I wanted to pit. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't have built a gap. But would I have pit? Where's Alonso? Where was Alonso when the safety car came out? Safety car had not been called yet. I wouldn't have pit. I would not have been pitting. So yeah, Alonso missed it. Perez and Bottas could come in. Anyway. Alonso came in at the end of that lap. What lap times was Magnussen doing? Fifteens. What was I doing in clean air? But it's hard to tell. I weren't in clean air, was I? No, I wasn't. I don't know. We should have won this race. We've actually got a better result than we would have though, because we would have been with Alonso. Although we would have benefited from that crash. So we would have been where Latifi is. So we were in all of it, we gained 4 points. Still lead the championship though. 53 points. Well, this is round 9. Should have 73 points though. Max and Lewis have caught up in the championship now though. So does Charles really. So yeah, we can't be making these mistakes anymore. We just can't. I'll see you in a race debrief.